Welcome to Insightful Gaming, where we bring you the best tips, tricks, and strategies to elevate your gameplay. Today, we're diving into the world of the mighty Solar Hunter build, an incredible setup that will turn you into an unstoppable force, harnessing the power of the sun. As we unlock the secrets of the young 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘 exotic gauntlets, master the art of trip mine grenades, and uncover the hidden synergies of knife trick, you won't want to miss a single moment. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and of course, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all our latest content. Now let's embark on this wild ride as we explore the extraordinary synergy between our melee, dodge, and grenade abilities, and their mind-blowing interplay with our aspects, fragments, and exotic armor. This Solar Hunter build is about to change your gaming experience forever. So buckle up, and let's get started. Let's go over our abilities. First on the roster is Blade Barrage, our awe-inspiring super ability. Leap into the air and rain down solar charge explosive knives upon your enemies, leaving them utterly decimated. Next, we have Gambler's Dodge, our evasive class ability. This nifty move allows you to dodge incoming attacks with finesse. Plus, when you perform this dodge on your enemies, your melee ability is fully recharged. Now, let's talk about our melee ability, Knife Trick. This impressive skill lets you hurl a fan of blazing knives that scorch your adversaries on impact. With this fiery power at your fingertips, you'll leave your enemies trembling in fear. Last but not least, we present Trip Mine Grenade, our explosive companion. This crafty grenade sticks to surfaces, lying in wait for unsuspecting victims. As soon as your target crosses the laser trigger, the grenade detonates, dealing significant damage and leaving them moderately scorched. Let's talk about the star of our show, Trip Mine Grenade and young 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘 exotic gauntlets. These gloves might look enigmatic, but sit tight as I reveal their true power. Trust me, they're total game changers. These gauntlets turn hunters into a solar powerhouse, fueling your grenade energy by 33% with every ability hit. That includes Trip Mine Grenades, melee abilities, supers, and even sneaky solar ignition procs. But hold on, there's more. Battle tough champions and bosses with your Trip Mine Grenade, and you'll unleash the hidden double proc of the young 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘, scoring a massive 66% grenade energy refund. And that's just the start. Your melee ability, Knife Trick, boasts secret synergies with these gauntlets. Hit a target for a 33% grenade refund as usual, but land multiple hits on different enemies, and you can charge your grenade from 0 to 100 in a single go. Your super, Blade Barrage, works the same way, potentially maxing out your grenade energy in one swift strike. And those solar ignition procs. They'll recharge your grenade energy against tough enemies like champions and bosses, no sweat. Now, let's talk about two bonus perks that make the young 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘 gauntlets even more alluring. First, you get the innate fastball perk for faster, farther grenade throws. Second, you're immune to self-damage from trip mine explosions. Trust me, it's a lifesaver. Now that we understand the interaction of our exotic, let's dive into our rotation, which is super simple. We have two combos. The first combo tackles low-health enemies, starting with your melee Knife Trick, which grants a radiant buff from the Ember of Torches fragment, while radiant final blows with your throwing knife fully refund your melee energy, thanks to the knock 'em down aspect. As long as you're scoring killing blows and staying radiant, you'll refresh your melee and stay radiant. You'll also gain grenade energy, thanks to our exotic. The second damage combo starts with your grenade, followed by melee, and ends with dodge near enemies to fully refund your melee energy. Use your melee on cooldown. The way this build is set up, all your abilities and exotic work together to refund energy to each other. Your melee and grenade apply Scorch to your foes, with Scorch damage escalating as targets accumulate more Scorch stacks. Once a target reaches 100 Scorch stacks, they ignite, causing a huge solar explosion that staggers unstoppable champions nearby. This process is called solar ignition. During this mayhem, use your solar exotic primary to score kills. With our setup, you'll always have a super ready before any fight starts. Keep eliminating enemies, and watch your super regenerate in a flash. This thrilling cycle is the core of our damage rotation. Our chosen fragments make your grenades even deadlier, quickly taking out weaker foes and scorching the rest. Destroying scorched targets generates melee energy and spawns fire sprites, all thanks to our Ember of Searing fragment. And just wait till you see the weapons in this build. They'll skyrocket your damage output to new heights. Next up, let's dive into the world of aspects, where we'll enhance our gameplay with some fantastic perks. First up, we have On Your Mark. With this aspect, your precision in eliminating foes rewards you and your nearby teammates with boosted weapon handling and reload speed. And guess what? It stacks up to 3 times. To top it all off, Activating your class ability grants you maximum stacks instantly. This is perfect since we'll be using Gambler's Dodge in our rotation. But that's not all. On Your Mark also shines because it's a solar aspect with a generous 3 fragment capacity, the highest you can get with just 1 aspect. Next, let's talk about Knock 'em Down. This bad boy enhances your blade barrage, giving it extra projectiles. Plus, when your radiant final blows with your throwing knife refund your melee energy entirely. Now, this is where the magic happens. We'll be running Ember of Torches to ensure we're always radiant and Ember of Solace to extend the duration of our radiant and restoration buffs. Thanks to these 2 fragments, we'll maintain a state of radiance, allowing us to use our knife trick to annihilate enemies and keep our melee energy topped off. With this build, you'll be a force to be reckoned with, taking down tough enemies with scorch stacks and quickly dispatching weaker foes with your melee, all while keeping your abilities charged and ready for action. Next, let's go over our fragments. First, we have Ember of Torches. With this fragment, your powered melee attacks against combatants make you and your nearby allies radiant. Since we'll be using our melee a lot, we'll pretty much be radiant all the time. Next in line is Ember of Mercy, the ultimate lifesaver. When reviving an ally, you and other nearby allies receive restoration, which can be a real game changer in a Grandmaster. Plus, you'll get additional benefits when picking up fire sprites, granting even more restoration. Now, let's talk about Ember of Searing. This fragment provides you with precious melee energy after you defeat scorched targets. In addition to this, the defeated targets will also drop Fire Sprite, which when picked up will give you restoration thanks to our Ember of Mercy. But wait, there's more. Introducing Ember of Solace, the fragment that extends the duration of your Radiant and Restoration buffs. With this beauty, you'll maintain your edge even longer, ensuring maximum impact on the battlefield. Last but not least, we have Ember of Ashes, which applies extra scorch stacks to your targets. This means you'll be dishing out even more damage and wreaking havoc on your enemies. With these fragments by your side, you'll be an absolute force of nature, juggling radiance, restoration, and damage boosts to dominate any encounter that comes your way. Next up, let's go over the armor mods. Let's start with our helmet, where we've got Ashes to assets and hands-on working in perfect harmony. With one mod fueling super energy from melee kills and the other from grenade kills, our super will be charging up at lightning speed. Next, we'll add some serious firepower with Harmonic Siphon. Just score 2 kills with a weapon matching your subclass element, in our case, Solar, and you'll spawn an Orb of Power. Easy peasy. Moving on to our exotic arms, we're sporting a fantastic trio of mods, bolstering Detonation, Firepower, and Focusing Strike. These babies will grant you class ability energy from grenade and melee damage while also creating orbs of power from your grenade final blows. Talk about a winning combination. For our chest armor, feel free to mix and match defensive mods based on the activity you're tackling. Just make sure you're well protected. Now let's shift our focus to the legs, where we're rocking 2 Solar Weapon Surge mods for a whopping 17% boost in solar weapon damage. To top it off, we've got Vulnerability, granting us 30 mobility when our armor charges are active. If you've already reached tier 10 in mobility, feel free to swap this mod for another Solar Surge mod to maximize your damage output. Finally, our cloak is decked out with 3 game-changing mods, Bomber, Reaper, and Time Dilation. Bomber reduces our grenade cooldown when using our class ability, while Reaper ensures our next weapon final blow spawns an Orb of Power after using our class ability. And to keep our armor charge decay time at a generous 15 seconds, we've got Time Dilation on our side. With this killer lineup of mods, you'll be a formidable force, effortlessly juggling abilities, power, and damage boosts to conquer any challenge that comes your way. Let's dive into our seasonal mods now. In the first row, it's all about customizing your selection to your preferred weapon type. Submachine gun enthusiasts can rejoice with the Submachine Overload mod, while those who prefer scout rifles will love the Unstoppable Scout Rifle mod. For bow wielders, the Overlord mod is a perfect fit. And for taking down barrier champions, the Anti-Barrier Pulse Rifle and Sidearm mod is the way to go. But your subclass can also give you the power to defeat champions. With the Arc subclass, use the Blind or Blinding aspects to stun unstoppable champions. With Solar subclass, Ignition damage will do the trick. With Stasis subclass, Shatter damage stops them in their tracks. And with the Strand subclass, the Suspend aspect suspends unstoppable champions, stunning them in the process. And the best part, these mods are passive and don't require any slotting. As we move on to the second row of seasonal mods, check out the Multi-Siphon mod, which combines the effects of the Strand, Solar, and Void Siphon mods in your helmet. This is particularly useful if you use different energy weapons and want to generate orbs with both types of weapons. The next 4 mods reduce the energy costs of your armor mods that affect your solar, strand, void weapons, and grenades. The Solar Surge mod is a standout choice, slashing the energy cost of each mod from 3 to 1. In the third row, the Solar Surge mod is a must-have as collecting fire sprites grants you armor charge. To move to the next tier, choose 2 more perks such as Shatter Orbs, which creates an orb of power upon breaking a shield with matching damage type. And for high-level PvE content, Flare Up is a formidable choice for Fireball grenade users, granting more scorch stacks and spawning a fire sprite near damaged enemies. In the fourth row, the must-have mod is Bricks from Beyond, which eliminates the need for heavy ammo finder mods by granting heavy ammo for you and your allies upon defeating powerful combatants with a void weapon. And in the fifth row, Rain of Firebolts is a top choice, providing an additional charge of Firebolt grenade. Finally, if you want to help your fire team, the Prismatic Transfer mod is a great choice, granting a bonus to weapon damage for each member of your fire team with a different subclass damage type when you cast your super. In a nutshell, this Solar Hunter build is an unstoppable juggernaut tailored for any Destiny activity you can imagine. Every ability, aspect, fragment, and armor mod we've chosen harmonizes beautifully to forge a lethal concoction that obliterates foes in a blaze of glory. If this build has stoked your excitement and proven helpful, be sure to smash that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to our channel for even more thrilling builds and electrifying gaming content. Thanks for tuning in, and here's to a fantastic week ahead.